So it's pretty obvious to tell the dollar strength is back.
Your strength has returned.
But the question is why, and is this move in the dollar index actually sustainable? For my currency traders, for my commodities traders who are watching the dollar, or even for index traders who use the dollar index as a bit of a barometer for US economic outperformance or underperformance, today we're going to break down the dollar index. We're going to talk about the current state of the dollar index and whether or not this rally can continue or if it's overdone and due for a correction. We're going to use market data. We're going to look at the commitment of traders data. I'm going to give you a breakdown here in depth on the dollar, and I'll give you my overall thoughts on why I think this dollar outperformance could just be getting started again. Let's jump in. So welcome back to the channel, guys. I just want to say as we get started, if you enjoy my content or it's helpful to you in any way, make sure to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel if you're new for more free regular trading content that might be helpful to you if you're trying to get involved with the fundamental side of trading. I talk heavily about fundamentals because genuinely it is what I believe is the driving force behind markets. If you're ever wondering why the dollar index had a massive run up in 2022 or it proceeded to have a big sell-off in 2023, but now is ticking back higher, the story is made way more clear once you understand the fundamentals behind the dollar. But first of all, why the dollar index? Why is this something that I focus on specifically? The dollar index gives us a perspective of how the US dollar is faring relative to its counterparts. Think of currency trading as a race, and in fact, it's kind of a weird race. I'll show you why. So currencies, as you may know, deteriorate over time. This is not something new. This has gone on for like thousands of years. Even the Romans, they used to shave coins, the silver off of coins, and use that silver to make a new coin. So value of currency always goes down. That is like a, in life, they should add a third thing, you're guaranteed death, taxes, and also the value of your currency going down, which is kind of factored into taxes too, right? Because taxes, they can inflate your money supply, which is essentially taxation. Anyways, that's another story. You don't want to get that side of me. Today we're going to talk just simply about the dollar index. Let's keep it there. Anyways, currencies, they race in a sort of weird way. They don't race to the finish line. They race in holding their value relative to one another. So different currencies might deteriorate at different paces. Now, when we talk about deterioration, that's of course, central banks are constantly printing money. But why is the dollar index going up? Is the strength of the dollar really going up in terms of its purchasing power? No. Ask anybody who lives in the US if they go to the grocery store. Does it feel like your dollar is getting stronger? It does not. However, relative to the euro, relative to other currencies, us in the US, we're actually doing better in that regard. Why is that, and what causes that? Well, think about it this way. Let's just say that this is, this is the pound, right? And let's just say that this is the European currency, the euro, right? And again, for simplicity, we'll keep the green one, the green backed for the USD. Okay, so if all of these are going to lose value over time, the question is not whether or not they're going to lose value. They all will. It's relative to one another. Which one is losing value the slowest? That's going to be your winner. And which one is losing value faster? That's going to be your loser. So when we see central banks in Europe and in the UK, right, when they are talking about cutting interest rates and their economy slowing down at a more rapid pace than the US is experiencing, that would drive the US dollar into a period of outperformance. This was greatly the case in 2022 when not only were central banks looking to, cut interest rates at some point, but rather in 2022, we saw the Federal Reserve hiking interest rates faster than the rest, which is of course a very strong thing for the currency. It is restrictive in nature. Restriction on currency means slower devaluation. If this is making sense so far, do me a quick favor, hit that thumbs up button on the video down below. It really would help just to show me that this video is resonating with you. I mention this often, but I often look at the number of likes a video gets to determine if you guys want this kind of content or not. This is a little bit different different than my usual video, but I wanted to make sure I break this down for you guys, for people who might be a little confused as to why the dollar is moving up. Now we're going to take a quick detour and take a look at the commitment of traders data. This is another key piece of information because this tells us what the big boys and girls are doing with their positions. What are they buying? What are they selling? And right now we can see that in terms of longer term positioning, the dollar index is kind of mixed. It's about 50-50 in terms of long to short contracts that are held by commitment of traders data showcasing the large speculators in the market. That being said, this second section shows you the latest weekly filing. And in the latest weekly filing, what we can see for the dollar is that we actually saw a modest increase in bullishness. So when we break this down into its components, we can see the change in long contracts and the change in short contracts. So they added 3,052 long contracts, and they added short contracts as well. By the way, these are in lots of, I think it's 100,000 contracts. So magnify this number by a certain amount. I need to double check what that number is, but it's not actually 3,000 contracts. It's way more than that. It's just in lots of blocks anyways. Point is, they added longs and they added shorts. So how does that matter? Well, again, when we take a look at the net change, we saw a shift towards bullishness when it comes to USD traded contracts in the futures market. That being said, you can see other currencies saw some deterioration. The only one that didn't was the euro. That being said, we can see that there is a demand for some of the more safe haven currencies like the US dollar and the euro. By the way, you can get access to this data. Currently, we're doing a 40% off sale, but if you use the first link in the description to message someone on my staff, a support rep from my team can get you 45% off. If you'd like to inquire about that discount and get some information, the link will be the very first one down below in the description. So when you click that link, just hit chat now, type in your name, and then you'll be able to speak directly with someone on my staff. So our software here, the Edge Finder, also helps us to look through a lot of economic data. And this, guys, is where the dollar strength really stems from. I'll break this down for you. This section over here on the right-hand side of your screen, this is our economic data section on the Edge Finder. What this is doing is it's pulling in all sorts of economic components like the GDP numbers, PMI numbers, retail sales numbers, inflation numbers, jobs numbers, and interest rates. And it's comparing the US, just like we did earlier when we're talking about that race, we're comparing the US to its counterparts, the euro, the pound, the Australian dollar. And it's looking through that data and saying, where is the US dollar looking strong or weak related to this specific number? So for example, what we can see is that we just had something yesterday where retail sales came out very strong for the US. Now, relative to other currencies, we can see it's getting some positive scoring relative to the Canadian dollar. It's getting positive scoring on the Kiwi dollar, the pound dollar, the euro dollar, Aussie dollar. But Nick, why is it red? Well, remember, if it's a base and quote currency, right? The US dollar is the second currency in the equation. So if the dollar looks stronger, this currency pair gets a bearish reading. So just so you can understand, that's how that's working, right? The Edge Finder flips the score if in fact we do have a counter to the dollar versus the dollar, rather than up here, you can see we're getting very bullish readings because again, dollar is first, secondary currency is second. So when we look through all the economic data, you might say, well, can I see some of those stats? Yes. So if you're an Edge Finder user, just go to data scanners and we can go take a look at some of that data. So let's just say we want to look at, let's look at just indices for a second, just so I can show you all this data. The currency pair section is currently under maintenance. So when I pull this up, what we can look at is a lot of different data that the Edge Finder sorts for us. So you can see that when we look at GDP numbers, GDP came out stronger than the forecast. That's strong for the dollar. If we take a look at manufacturing PMI numbers, they came out hotter than expected. In fact, they're above 50, which is showing expansion in the manufacturing section. That's good, right? That's strong for the dollar. Services PMI, this is a disappointing number. You can see it was lower than the previous, so that's not as good, but retail sales was a smash hit. This consumer looks a little strong. That's good for the dollar. Hopefully this is making sense. Again, reminder, hit that thumbs up button if this is resonating, if breaking this stuff down so granularly is actually helpful to you. Let me know by hitting the thumbs up button. The next one is inflation. Inflation is hot in the US. Relative to expectations, inflation is up. This is actually very bullish for the dollar. And so at the same time, we have core CPI. Core CPI came in line. The basic story here is that we have several economic data points, not the least of which is jobs. Look at jobs, came in way higher, right? So jobs were really strong. If you take a look at unemployment, unemployment is relatively low. We can also break that down into more data. If we go over to the labor market, you can look at any of these data points in more detail and look at them historically by navigating over here to our economic data sections. So we're looking at NFP, and you can see here was the jobs number. The red dot is the forecast. The blue section is the actual. You can see we had big outperformance. Hopefully this is all making sense, but the point I'm trying to get at is that if you're looking at the US dollar and saying, oh, it's just overextended to the upside, you're missing the fundamental story that is being painted in front of your very eyes. It is really, really strong economic data that we're seeing coming out of the US, especially when related to its peers. This is why, guys, when we look at the US dollar currency index, it's moving up. And how do I play this now? Do you just buy it? Well, you still have to be practical with your approaches. I still use a technical strategy on top of the fundamental bias that we're building. I'm looking for pullbacks now to add positions and to stay long the dollar. This is how I approach the markets. I trade into the direction that the fundamentals are guiding me according to the Edgefinder's scoring. Hopefully this makes sense, but these currency pairs across the board right now, we are getting dollar dominance, at least according to the economic data. Now this can change, right? Something could change in this picture. And at that point, we'll rely on the software to kind of showcase that some of that data has changed, and perhaps at that point you may make a different opinion or different decision on what you'd like to do. But that is the purpose of the tool. I just want to also mention, again, the sale is going on right now. It's 40% off, but if you message us using the first link in the description, you get 45%. If this made sense, again, reminder, hit that thumbs up button if it was helpful to you, just to let me know that this breakdown on the economic data and why the dollar looks so strong overall is currently, if that was helpful to you, let me know. Anyways, thank you guys very much for watching. Have a great day. If you're looking to improve as a trader, we've got some cool free resources here that I wanted to share as we close today's video. Down below in the description, there is a link to join our Discord channel or our Telegram channel. And we also have our website, a1trading.com, where traders can get access to free course material to help you improve as a trader. Remember, we are also live Monday through Friday on this channel around 9:30 a.m. US Eastern, broadcasting most live news events and that sort of thing. So hope to see you there. And also, we do have a couple videos here showing up on the screen. If either of these seems like it might be helpful to you, then make sure to click here or here, and we'll see you there.